try to do it simple for you to understand this. There's quite a lot of variations that needs to be known. I think like next time we're playing a tournament, all these strategies should have been, done up ahead and practiced. Right now we need to learn this in the tournament, which is kind of a, I don't know, we're one step behind. It's going to be a lot to remember. But generally, what we're going to do is we try to mainly attack most of the flags, especially on Sarnid. We'll try to, we have access and we should, be eager to fight in melee and we could even fight, or maybe you should try to avoid open because the scimitar is quite a good weapon against in open pushes where you get cap support around. Um, so Sarnets would try to make the fights tight, and actually attacking is pretty good. And when you have Sarnets, and maybe defense is slightly better when you are Vegas. So anyway, we're gonna start off with the standard on Sarnet. We're gonna start off with the standard setup. You see, there's two spearmen there, but well, most of the spears should have the bamboo spear. Maybe a couple of jab throwers could be a good thing. A couple of bamboo spears, and then javelins. Two archers. They can drop skimmies, so we can get better equipment for the infantry, and two calves. So the initial position for Sarnid, when there's no flag spawn, is at the tavern. Try to hug the wall. Be careful when you pass over the bridge. You can get shot from the archway. And we set up one archer here. Who it is, I don't really care that much. As long as you guys know that there should be two archers here. We'll have one cav. This I think should be Samilu. Yeah, and the second cav being Duvar. One cav will take the north bridge. His job is to check, if they're setting up any archers on the balcony or on the plateau, like so. And just, generally get a good picture of where the enemy is moving. Be careful though, so he doesn't get pushed by two cav or get shot by any archers that might set up. If they, for example, hold the main spawn, you can run into some archers, and that shouldn't be good. So try to avoid pushing over there too much. The most likely position for Vegas, for what most clans are doing, is to set up in the archway with a couple of with the spearmen about here, and then some infantry and archers on each side. So when we pass over here, usually this archer is gonna pop some shots. Be careful not to exchange any fire in the beginning with these archers. It's not something you would like to do. Now, they could try and attempt an early push. I'm not going to go through the details on it because, well, I could. If they push us early, you just block them here. And that's it. If they want to push from here. If they push from here, you basically do the same thing. You could no, you do the same thing. Push from here, push up here, then they have the archer in the side. So that's simple. Now they could try and, for example, do a push over like we do. And in this case, we simply move the archer to this position, pull the infantry in here, block them off here, keeping one spearman behind, and then we can leave one archer at the staircase here. Actually, both archers here is good. It's a good thing. If they leave an archer here, they have to maintain him behind here. And if they like do exactly what we do and try to take the tavern, we let them have tavern. And if they push into this, they should be suffering pretty badly from this crossfire. Or you could have a crossfire here in case they push in, you shoot them in the back. Cav, of course, can support here as well, and it shouldn't be good for them. So that's the counter actually for if we are pushing across the bridge. Now we're not, if you push across the bridge as Vegas and they are doing this, we can, it's a waiting game to see which flag spawns. And if the flag spawns, for example, graveyard, we're not going to try and push down on this. We're simply moving over the bridge and then push their spawn. Depending on what they do, if they're probably going to pull back here. They could meet us here down in the alley, I think. I doubt it though, because maybe it could be a good idea. We should expect it though. But I'm not going to go through the exact positions on it because it's quite unlikely this will actually happen. But anyway, we'll push down here, and when we get to the graveyard there, most likely they're defending. Their classical defense is usually trying to stay here in the open, get an archer up here, and where's their second archer? Yeah, there it is. And then they will either defend from put their archers here, shoot from these positions. And they can even do this, but I'm not sure if this is a good idea because they will push down here, so they're probably going to maintain their archers inside graveyard. And then they defend here. So if this is the case, we send an archer here. We could send a cav here as well. And we basically come in from behind here and get a good push here. We could take the stables here, shoot from here. Don't go down here though, because then they will push you too easy, I think. From here is nice, and then push the infantry over to the church wall here. Or either even go here and push the stables, because yeah, well, actually I think this might be better. We stay at the wall here and we wait for this attack to commence. And these archers push here, like they have to pull back on this. They're gonna get shot up. And cav should come in at this time from both sides. They probably come in from here. Where's our cav? Their cav will probably come from this area. And yeah, I don't know. Most likely from this area. So you should have a spearman behind for sure, defending here. They probably will have as well. Now this little this archer here will be a pain in the fucking ass. It will be hard for them to fire without feeling pretty vulnerable, and we can just attack in here with our cav and take their archers. Their cav will come here. We should be able to hold off this cav. If they're pushing out and really too much, they will deny their archers, and we have one archer free to fire. Like if this archer is getting pushed, you can run down into the alley, and now you have this position. You have to prevent them to push this archer though, But if they do at the same time, you have a clear advantage. Cav can come out here and help out. You should be able to push this spearman. So all in all, that's the split push if we come from the top here. And you basically do the same push. You do the same push if we come from the bridge. So if we are coming from this or this, we're doing the same kind of push. If they try to defend, I actually put up the standard defense line, which is about here. Same here. That's basically where usually I see the classic defenses are here, and the archer over here. So that is if we see this, we come from here. We can push the infantry to the corner here. Move one archer across. One archer pushes in here with a cav. Some cases they could leave something behind here, like they have an archer here, and that would be even better. A cav will support that. The only thing, this archer is free to fire, so the cav has to come in. In some cases, maybe they stay a little bit further back. If they do stay a little further back, this archer here simply has a great flank fire, and then they will just retreat back into the graveyard. Problem then can be that we have a trapped archer here, and yeah, they keep the gate here blocked, and they can send an infantry to help or something like that. That's a possibility, but then we just simply push hard, and we should be able to get this cav in. In most cases, we have experienced that pushing the graveyard seemed to be more successful. We'll see how it goes. So that is for the push on the graveyard, from the top, from the bridge. Yeah. That leaves us to the mid flag. Duvar should be here, and Samalu should be up here, going back to initial positions. And we have an archer here, second archer with us here. So in cases they are getting the mid flag, it's pretty simple. Their standard defense should be they go to the flag and they hold this corner. They have a spearman here with the crossbows. Either archers, they keep the archers together or they separate them here. Doesn't matter. That's situation number one. Situation number two is that they move an archer here in the beginning and they have this kind of setup. And this setup is then in this case you could push them here. Yeah, something like this. So let's see what happens. So what we do then is to push the infantry to the wall over here. This archer here can run across and set up here if they want, or here, two possible positions. Then they want to stay like this, because if we push in and face them, this archer has a clear shot on our backs. So in this case, if they have an archer here, let's do without the archer here first, so just to show it without the archer. If this archer is not here, they will most likely stay along the wall here. And what we're going to do is to wheel here, put off a spearman here, and then move the rest of the infantry down here. Now you see our archers, if they push here, our archers are shooting them in the back, so they will hug this wall. So this is definitely, they can't really chase. Like if you push in here, the archers and they follow, um, they have all the archers shooting them in the back. That's why I want to keep them together there, actually, because then you have the flank shots there. So that is if they're keeping their archers. There's no archer here, then you can wheel around here, which is a better position. But in case they have an archer here, and their infantry probably going to try and block them here, shields up, and a cav, an arch, spearman nearby here. And then the archer will most likely, if he's here, he will get surprise pressed. So I think he will probably choose to be here. In this case, it's a little bit more tricky. So what I think needs to be done in this kind of situation is you have to, if you have little time, you have to push along the wall here and try to push it down like so, and try to squeeze your way along the wall. Once you get into the corner here, you should be out of line of fire for this archer. The cav, like if you time it properly, this blocks their cav, so they can't really get the cav hitting us here. We need to keep Samlu. He will run around and he will come from this angle. And in most cases, I think they will push the cav from here and then try to hit us here. That's why we keep the spearmen in the last information, so that the cav get intercepted there. If the cav comes from here, we'll have Duvar here, and he'll see it, and he can warn archers, and when he passes here, he get 2 archers shooting at him. These cav here can try and come in, but he will see the backs of their infantry at this point. So the most vulnerable part is like if they block this off here and then send cav around, coming here. Like sending cav here for them is a little suicide-ish because it's a great archer fire they get on themselves. Pushing the archers here is also weak because 2 archers and then this cav coming in is pretty devastating to the cav. So I doubt they will actually come with the cav in the middle, like so. They could maybe risk it. Having the cav down here is probably a better thing, but it's then also it denies a support like bumping hits. So if they keep their infantry like this and we push like so, we get shot in the ass and we block our own archers. That's not good. So we want to make sure we push at the corner here. If they try to group on up on us like this, then they will get shot in the side, so they can't. They have to stay here. So we try to just bore our way into the side of them here, and we can get some help from our cav. Duvar comes here, and what he does is this, boom, and he hits in here. And now we have kind of a sandwich. If they don't have if they have the spearman trying to stop him, then you have the cav coming from here, and you have this perfectly coordinated attack from here. Archer shooting in the sides. They're gonna be having a little hard time. Be careful so you do defensive attacks, Duvar, so you don't get stopped by the spearmen. Even if you do get stopped and they try to kill you, that opens up for our infantry to push in. But be aware, stay off the middle ground here, because otherwise you block the archers. So that is for the middle flag attack. Let's go back to the previous position. So here, they hold the alley, and we have one Sami at the bridge and Duvar here. That was the middle flag. and defense and an attack. And now if the north flag spawns, I'm sorry. If the north flag spawns, then there's a couple of things we want to do. Like for Vegas, we try to fight in the open, so I'd like to have them to have the flag first, and most likely they can push around over here and get to the flag this way. Then they're gonna get shot in the back, which is not really a pleasant thing. So I don't think they're gonna do that. So they most likely gonna wheel here, and then they're gonna set up defensive positions, and they're gonna try to get a feel where they're gonna block us. If we have this position, most likely they're gonna expect us at plateau, and defend us here and defend this position. There's not too many places they can have their archers. Just thinking of it, they could do this and have nah, these archers out of bounds. Where the hell can they use their second archer? Probably gonna be on the staircase here, and then they're gonna push and keep the plateau like so. Maybe even defend it. No, because we're gonna come from here. In this case, if they block it here and we're Vegas, we don't want to fight here. So what we do is simply we bring our archer up and we push this way. Now it can be that they try to come over here and try to block us over here. Then again, I'm not sure if this is good for green. Then we can move an archer over here. Nah. Alright, we tried this right during the training. It's not really a beneficial one. So if we're gonna do something, we can't come from the middle here. Not gonna do that. If they hold here and they have this archer here, I would maybe like if I were them set up here. Let's say they're not doing it. I don't think they'll be that smart. It sounds arrogant, but right. So we're holding here. Then we push up here. This archer can be up here actually, shooting over here. It's a possibility. This archer could move up and shoot down the way, the road. So what we're gonna do, I think, is to push up a couple of infantry to the staircase. We move one archer up to the corner here, so he can shoot at their flanks. I need to check this in the map tools to see if it works. Keep one spearman behind, and we could push two infantry down the side, like so, to watch the flag. That will cause a reaction. Maybe they just jump down. Maybe this archer starts to fire, but this archer here could duel him or to get a good shot at him. And then we also have an archer coming up here that can do support fire, maybe from the bridge, and it's going to be a lot of work for this archer, especially if they have their archer here. It's not, yeah, I think this is pretty solid. You just have to expect their cav to start coming in. So their cav's gonna, come in from this area. You could have this archer here on the bridge shooting the shit out of this cav as he comes up. You could even leave a spearman a little bit behind and maybe have two guys pushing up here and one guy pushing down the alley. What if they do a massive push here? They get shot in the side. Not pleasant. Massive crossfire here. Don't need a spearman down here. he can maybe stay with the archer. So we push the stairs like this. Yeah. I think this will be fine. This archer will do the work. This archer here is out of bounds. And now we don't get any cav help because we're on the ground. They are not. So could maybe make a kill on this archer here because he's kind of out of bounds. Or even dismount here and fucking, you know, get behind him with a dismounted infantry. And that would shock the... So all in all, if the flag spawns north, I think we should attack plateau. If they are falling back, which I've seen them done, they're left without really good crossfire. So if they fall back, they will move here and they'll put up one in the in the cabbage, and they'll defend around this area. So then we simply push up. We can leave this archer here. This archer will come up and take the plateau. And then we can do push here and get around this way. In most cases then, I think they will do push down in the alley, by which they drag forces away from the flag and defense here, which I don't think they will. So in this case, we take the cabbage and chase this archer here. And the fight's going to be here most likely. Archer here needs to be pushed. Be careful though, so you don't get trapped by the cav there. And then this infantry can just push in and go for a flag. I think archer can move with the infantry here, set up here or something like this. This ladder doesn't exist on this new addition on the map. And yeah, that's the push for Vegas to the plateau. Don't push the middle, push the plateau. Okay, and that is for the north flag. We have done graveyard, and we have done the middle flag. Now for the other side, that's for Vegas. On Vegas side, we'd like to actually, in the initial round, we're gonna push down to this area and this deployment zone. We'll have one cav checking first to see if they're holding and blocking us off here, which is a possibility, which I'll go through. And there will be one cav scouting to see whether they are pushing for the plateau or if they're setting up at the tavern, and also can provide so they don't get their cav too far behind and check what we're doing here. We'll have cav here to scout and also to repel cav. Now, if they are initially blocking us off here, which I've seen them doing, so they will keep an archer here and they hold this position. It's perfectly legal. Cav will see it. In this case, we could have an archer here and a spearman here. Sometimes if they're running their scouts, they run deep in here. They see they get distracted by the archer and then get hit by the spearman. That's a possibility. So keep the spearman about here. When he clears the corner, he gets shot and then he gets stabbed if he's too, aggressive in scouting. Now, if they try to block us off here, they might get tempted to push here. In this case, if they do push, we retreat, and we retreat to this position, the following position here. So if they are tempted to push, we just drag them in. We set up here, and one archer here, and the second archer will move to the tree here. we have a spearman, and he will stay behind the formation like so, and he will be. You need to be careful so the cav can pass behind here or too much over here. If they keep pushing here, they are going to turn their side eventually. They keep a spearman behind, and yeah, this archer here doesn't have a good shot at the moment, but you can just move a little bit further back here and he'll have some shots. Make sure you don't push too far, that will block this archer. Stay here, spearman somewhere here. If they choose to push for the archer, your cav support should be coming in and should be able to help. And this archer also crossfires here, so it's a pretty good deal. I think this here should be won if they push. They also don't have no positions for their archers to support them down in the alley here. They have one at the corner here. I don't think there is any other positions. They might push with them here. So holding and blocking them off here is good. Now, if they don't, push us, we simply block them off and wait for a flag. Now, if flag spawns middle, they can still go for this push. They can do a single enfilade or single envelopment coming here with an archer and cav. That would be something we could consider as well. In this case, we should be able to repel it still, I think. This archer here might be a little bit weak, so he could try and move up here maybe, and you could leave some room for their infantry to push so that they go into crossfire. So if this archer comes onto the alleyway, then he has some cover and he has to go all the way here to be able to shoot him. In this case also we can do a counter by pushing that archer, which is totally fine, because if we run up here and they chase, they run into crossfire here and cav support. So I think it's defensible, this position. And the same if the north flag spawns, they will also try to push here. No problem, shouldn't be a problem. I like this single enfilade though, because they can't have two archers here. So if they're gonna push here, they probably will do a split. Alternative, if they see us block us here, they don't want to take the fight here, and the flag spawns middle, they can do this and push up here. And this I've seen plenty of times. They can sometimes they push here with their archers close, which I don't think is optimal. And then they push the flag from here. I think the best position they can have is to keep the archers here. Let's think that they do that, and then we are in here in this position. When we see them move up here, what we do is to follow them, right? And we simply push up here and we take up their positions. Basically a mirror, keeping the cav here, and we do exactly the same thing. Like, the only difference now is that we have this kind of fire, and where's our second archer? We have a huge pressure on them here, and we can kill those two archers. Flag will be, it takes about 30 seconds, maybe 25-30 seconds to get here. And they will be on the flag for maybe 15 seconds or something, because they're moving here. And what we do here is basically we chase away these archers. They have nowhere to go here. They're gonna get shot to pieces. Either they stay and they get cav support, but I don't think they can be saved. They could try and come back to save these archers, but nevertheless they run into crossfire and they're running out of flag. Many possibilities here. We could dismount at the flag with a cav. We could go for a draw. And so there are many possibilities. Important that this cav should be some, is or watching. There's one thing that we haven't really considered. If we do the push on the bridge here, they could stop us here and block us off. And we already trained this. So what we do then, these archers here are now dangerous. Well, already this archer here is having a very nice position. But what we're gonna do is simply to move aside and set up on this line here. It's gonna be a little bit pressure on this guy. It's gonna be fine. If they try to push in here, we're gonna leave one spearman behind though here. Cav will come in and bump the shit out of them here. So you basically leave an opening for them to run straight into Cav to support. Careful though, Cav can be shot by these archers here. Hopefully this archer here and this archer here will suppress the shit out of them at this position. So that is if they try to push up the bridge. If they just block us here, we can we could like we don't want to have our backs to these archers, so what we do is just jump off the bridge this way. We'll turn the back to our archers a little bit. We turn them a bit. And then we basically wheel a little bit off down to the wall. Like so. And then this archer is free to fire. And we kind of keep facing these archers. If they follow there, then they get shot in the side, so most likely they will have to push this archer. And then he has cap support, shouldn't be a problem. If they line up here, like so, we had the back to the wall, and we have cav support coming from here. We have cav support coming from here, and it should be pretty defensible. Like you see, there's no way for their cav to come, but their asses are open. These archers are suppressed. So that is how we can prevent them or to push in here if they try to block us here. So that is if they block us at the bridge. What they could do, like we already gone through, if they see this push, is to wheel in here, pull their archers up here as we talked about earlier, and now we can't. Well, we can wait and wait for them to go for a flag, because we're now in a good position. Most likely, they will not start pushing down here into this crossfire. Instead, better move here and move here. Leave these two archers behind and then push down to this wall. And then push into the flag here. So these two archers here, I think you could hide them here maybe, and let them set up positions, and then set them up here and shoot the shit out of these archers or push them with the archers. Either of those plans, I think it's up to you archers to see what is fit. But from this position, if they go and take the flag here and push their archers up, I mean, now we are stranded. So if Vegas is doing that, we have this push here again. So you see, the plans are consistent on both sides. They're consistent on both sides. So that is for Vegas basically. If the flag spawns on middle, or if they take the tavern. We don't want to. So where's the cav? It's gonna be one cav here, and we have one cav here. So we simply want to we want to take this position here, and if mid spawns, we take tavern. If graveyard spawns, I don't want to defend it. I want to attack it. They will push down here. And I don't want to, I just want them to take the graveyard. Don't like to attack from here. It's not optimal, I think. I like this approach because you have more angles to attack and you have this flank here. But if you don't have time and the flag spawns here and they are already on the flag, taking this long route here might be long-winded. So what we could do is maybe to push up here, try to move into this line, get the expo here, and then we simply do the same thing. If they defend it from the outside, and if they block us here, which could be a very high probability that they block us here, and we're in the alley. I don't want to push into this. That's just horrific. Possibilities to do a single enfilade, but the chances is that they can actually push us en masse in here when we move an archer away is too great. Think actually going the long way, push this way is a better choice. Push them into the graveyard, and then you actually have this kind of position, which is, I think, is decent here. And then they have this kind of thing. So that is if they block us out, block us off in the alley, simply move around and come from this side. And now you can put an archer here, and you can wheel around here and set up the original position that we did. When we're doing the actual push on the graveyard, this archer has to be pushed or they have to pull in. So when we do the actual push on the graveyard, be careful. This archer here can be very dangerous. So if you push forward, you get shot in the back. Something has to suppress this archer. That's why I want to stay a little bit back. This archer can work and take this guy out. We need a second archer as well. Like he's here, he can shoot this guy. He should have some good shots on the archer here in the corner as well. It's a little risky. Most likely their archer will be here though. So our cav, be careful with this. I already briefed it, but I want to say, I can't say it enough. We always need a spearman behind. And that spearman should not get shot here. Pushing here with cav for them is a little risky though, because this archer here is great danger. This guy can also turn and shoot the cav as he comes. If they defend there, and how we're going to push it, archer comes to corner, suppresses that archer. This archer also try to suppress any archers. This archer can come up here maybe and try to shoot around the corner. They need to be suppressed. Cav. Where's our red beloved cav? Come in here. Attack from the back. And one cav can come in here. And this coordination needs to be perfect. Think. Wheel around here. That's maybe what I would like to do. So you face these archers. And send the cav in and push in this way. Depends a little bit on this archer here is dangerous, so we're going to push it. And you could push one guy over here. If there's an archer here, he's going to be busy. Now cav comes in the middle, and boom. Second cav comes in from back. Boom. Problem a little bit is that their cav, if the cav comes in, there should be an infantry, spearman covering the gate. Cav hits this archer, can be dangerous, but this archer here got it. Can defend as well. They can send in cav here. I think we have an upper hand in this attack. Even as Vegas, not to remember that Sarned is very strong with their axes. They can one kill. Really be careful. Don't get your shield crushed. So that is the attack on the graveyard for Vegas. So in short, we want to attack. If you come in here, try to go this way. You can wheel around, attack this way. You can attack here. It really depends on what your archer setup is, and you need to just basically principle by principle face the archers when you push in. Don't push in with the archer in the back unless you got something suppressing it. The archer should say suppressing archers. I got the archer suppressed. And they should also say if the archer is not suppressed. They need to call cav as well. That's going to be maybe the hard part. We need some training on. So that is it for the graveyard attack for Vegas. If we're setting up at the last one, taking the Nord flag. Nord flag. And we have this position here. So we already gone through this. As Sarnid, I even want to attack even more. So if they are defending the plateau, it's just going to be the same as this probably. They can have some guys on the flag. They usually have in the beginning, having cav around. So then we just we attack on this side, push up the stairs, leave an archer, maybe at the bridge, get an archer to the fishing net over here, covered by a spearman because the cav always wants to travel here. Push up the stairs, and this way the cav won't hit us in the stairs. This spearman here defends this archer. If they stay and fight, and if they want to take the fight here, be my guest. This archer will shoot the shit out of them. This archer is out of bounds. They can keep one archer here. Just push up here. Yeah, it's a 4v3, but this archer here and this archer here has clear shots. And yeah, there's no cover, but you can occupy the archer and keep him away from firing, and there will be at least one archer able to shoot. These spearmen could actually go down, take the flag, or even to push this archer, but yeah, that would be too dangerous because of this guy. But he can cover the alley. Cav cannot support up there. And when we make this push, I would like to do this, and I hope that Samlu remembers, because he's probably going to be the person doing it. He'll move in and dismount. And we need also Duvar to occupy this archer. Probably going to get pushed by all the Cav. But by the time he's dead, this fight here is should be won. Spearman can come up, and we win this fight, and there will be Duvar gone, but we'll have maybe something like this left here, and then we can push in the archers, maybe up the staircase, boom, take over the position, jump the flag. Right? In case if they don't hold the plateau, which I've seen many not doing, they can also do this kind of defense here. And they keep they just pull back their archer, and they put the archer up here, and then they just defend this area with the guy on the flag. This is very common. Now, instead of doing this this archer over here now, because, well, he can still be there because he can shoot at the flag. And you can leave a spearman there for sure. You simply move the infantry over here. This can force a single push though. Then these guys should run away. And Samlu really needs to support these guys, because if they push here, well, you have a good crossfire going on here. This archer here can shoot all the way over here, so be careful about that. Alternatively, it's to bring this archer in, set him up over here, and then push from this side. Push away the cabbage, take the cabbage, and this archer here, like, I don't know, if they push in here, it's, yeah, what can they do? Where's our cab? Can help out, can kill these two guys, and we should have another cab. Where is it? Where is the last cab? I can't see it. Ah, am I blind? Ah, yeah, Duvar is up on the wall. That was weird. So, well, we could win this fight here if they separate. Okay, this is gonna be tactics, not really something you control, but at least you take this area. You're Sarnid, you have Javs. Should be defensible. If they could also try and push us en masse here, then we just don't push in here. Get this archer up, suppress, get Cav in, and push in the spearman here. He can be like a bait, like they probably try to push 3 guys against him. Cav support. These guys push in. Like so. Be careful though. Be careful for this archer, needs to be careful about Cav coming here. Yeah, that is what I think. So we take plateau. They might pull off the plateau. If they do, we can set up a double envelope, or we can push all the people in here. But if you push all, they will probably set up an archer here, and then just wait for us and block us off. As we come here, we are in some kind of harsh bullshit, because that this archer can even come here and start to harass us in the back. So that's why I wanted to keep a couple of guys on this side to simply prevent them from leaving anything up and push them off, and then we suddenly have a beautiful coordinated attack. Push this archer up here, he'll be safer. Infantry can come in here and be a pain in the ass. Cav can come in, infantry push in. Maybe one infantry here, two guys here. It might be a forward. They will push forward most likely because they want to get out of this. Infantry comes in here. This archer suppress this archer. Cav. You need a spearman. I think this looks okay for green. We have tried to push down here and then push down this way. The problem is always they block us off here, and they have this archer here, which is so dangerous. And this archer here needs to go down on the ground level, which is making him a good target for a cav. So that's why I wanted to push most of the infantry. I've seen this push succeed quite a lot. But on this way, and we haven't succeeded this push much. Maybe it wasn't coordinated enough. I don't know. But I wanna go here and try to make this push, leaving an archer and to put some pressure from the back, and then Cav has to come and help. This archer here though is very dangerous. It's probably the worst position to push. Cabbage here is easy, but this archer can do so much damage, and it's so easy to defend him. So yeah, that's it for the strategies. I hope that you guys remember. I'm not sure if there's one actually I didn't do for Vegas. I think I'm starting to forget it now, but I think I did. I'm not sure if I did it. If for Vegas, if they are pushing us in the alley, I'm not sure if I did this video because I've done the video 3 times already. So I'm not sure if I said this. But in case they are pushing up in the alley, where are their archers here? And they're doing that by force. I think I already said it. You set up here, here, and you defend this line here. And that should be an Indian spearman behind. Yeah, I think I went through this. They have nowhere to set up. And then they will get smushed. They don't have any places to set up their archers. So yeah, I went through it. I showed you the single enfilade here, which can be a good change. I mean a good tactic. Okay, so that's it. Hope that you guys enjoyed it, and it's probably a little long. I don't know if you have the time to listen to it, but before the actual match. But yeah, that's it.